A trailblazer and innovator who was much more than just a coach.
Just some of the words being used tonight as the tributes continue for Dean Smith. The legendary UNC coach passed away this weekend.
News 13's Aaron Adelson talked with some of his former players here in the mountains today, and he joins us now live.
Aaron, flags across the state are at half staff for Coach Smith, and what would he have thought about that?
Former players say he would not want this much attention and would be embarrassed that the flags are lowered for him. We spoke with two former players who wanted to celebrate Dean Smith's life. Growing up in North Carolina, David May says he saw Dean Smith as a godlike figure. May lived his dreams, suiting up for Smith's Tar Heels.
He just said, "May, you're in."
Yellow newspaper dates the memories.
You can tell it's old because they got the short shorts.
May says one item in particular shows Dean Smith's character. A letter congratulating him on the birth of his daughter, except it's not addressed to David.
Yeah, he wrote it to the baby too, "Dear Emma."
May says he learned many life lessons from his former coach. He recalls a time Smith took the team with no explanation to shoot hoops at a prison. May had to figure out the lesson.
Regardless of who you were, you were all equal and important in God's eyes. So he was, like I said, that was the way he taught.
By example. In the late 60s, Dean Smith recruited the school's first black player. Bill Chambers played with Charlie Scott.
Coach Smith always felt like whether you're the starter or you're the last guy on the bench, that everybody should be treated as equally as possible.
Dr. Chambers talks with us in what he calls the Tar Heel room, an exam room in his dental practice, UNC everything. Chambers and the Heels went to the Final Four in 1972 and won third place.
Eventually, the consolation game was eliminated because Coach Smith did not like playing the consolation game.
Chambers says Smith was also one of basketball's great innovators, including making his players sprint to the foul line.
He wanted the other team to psychologically get the thought process that we never got tired.
More than 879 wins and 2 championships. It's the man off the court the former players remember. David May continues to go through his memorabilia, stuck on the letter to his now teenage daughter.
Have to show it to her.
Smith wrote that letter in his last season as head coach of the Tar Heels, and it was to a guy that had played almost a decade before. Smith led UNC from 1962 to 1997. Live in Buncombe County, Aaron Adelson, News 13.